Pretty good.
Wasn't the best, but
Pretty
we
good.
can work with it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day and another episode here at Bros Park. As always, I will be one of your hosts, Colin, and I am joined by
Yours truly, Jeffrey. It is another
BEA
beautiful day in the park. We're kind of matching. I noticed the green and black.
Yeah,
green and black aesthetic right now.
You were very big on calling me out in, I think, like the second episode about not wearing green to the park or something.
Yes.
So,
and we talked beforehand about this. We had like a 30-minute long discussion, and kind of went with it.
During one of our work meetings, we finally figured that out, that we should
meetings
color coordinate these conversations. So you might notice, depending on if you are paying attention, that we tend to number every episode. We have episodes 1 through, I believe this one being 14 on Spotify and YouTube.
Yes.
And they have titles with them and everything like this. Please excuse the next few that may or may not be numbered correctly. We are doing what we can. We decided that, of course, we have real jobs, unfortunately, which means that we can't really record day of. We've been trying. We're trying our best.
Yeah.
And especially with today's episode, we are doing it day of. We're doing it live. We're recording, we're editing, and posting
pressure
day of.
Correct.
So with that being the case, we have other episodes that have been recorded prior that were supposed to come out at the timing of this one and the next one and whatever it is. And they might just be jumbled in there later when we are busy or sick.
They're
or
on the
something
backlog,
like that.
man.
So just as a warning to you that are trying to keep up with the episodes, this is episode 14. We're recording it today, posting it today, and everything else will come later. And that's fine. But just so you guys are aware in the future, all right?
All right. Enough about that preamble, man.
Yes.
One thing I want to talk about today. Freaking Snow White.
Okay.
That movie from Disney, the live action one, dropped recently.
Yes.
And I'm not too sure if you've been following it, but like I've been kind of keeping up with it. I don't know why it just pops up on my like YouTube and Instagram feed.
Because they know you want to watch that. Dude.
No, it's about everybody shitting on it and how bad it will be.
Okay.
Because like the first trailer came out like a few months ago, and everyone was dogging on it. And then I don't know what they did, but instead of hiring actual dwarves in real life, they made CGI dwarves. Okay. And these guys look like abominations. They look freaking scary, like nightmare fuel.
Okay.
God awful creations. And that was like in the second trailer.
Okay.
And everyone started dogging on that. And apparently they're even worse now in the movies from what everybody's been saying. But I haven't seen the movies. I don't plan to. I hate all these live action movies at Disney.
From like the animation into live action.
It's like soulless cash grab. It's awful. Is it not? Am I crazy?
I agree that right now in media and shows and movies that are coming out, it's too many remakes and sequels and remake and reambles and all these things. And I don't need another Boy Meets World. I don't need another That 70s Show. I don't need every single show that came out 20 years ago revamped for today. I don't need that. It's just come up with original stuff.
I think what's happening is that like with all this streaming and like people not going to movies, they need kind of like a way to guarantee some revenues being made.
They need guarantee hits.
Shows. So basically, that's what they're doing. They're hitting the nostalgia bait. That way, it draws a certain like X amount of people in. They're like, okay, nice, we did our thing. But at the same time, you're like hurting the industry because everyone's like, this shit is ass, man. I didn't ask for this, and it's even worse than the original. Great, good job, Disney.
I agree with you.
Don't copyright strike this, please.
I think part of the problem with Snow White, at least from the argument that I was saying, I haven't actually read or seen too much on it. The lead actress, for reasons we won't get into, was not what people pictured as Snow White.
True.
And we won't get into those issues. That's something that I think a lot of people have to deal with, and that's fine, whatever. But in response to the criticisms.
Yeah, the skin color.
God fucking damn it. Okay, yes.
I don't want to beat around the bush, man. Damn.
Fine. As two minorities, we can talk about this. Yes. It was because she wasn't Snow White.
Yeah.
That's it. People were upset about that. And you know what? I don't understand why you would be upset about that. My personal opinion, and you can call this left or right or centrist, whatever you want to call it. If there is original content where the author has described somebody or something as this thing, and you are taking things to liberally change it for whatever reason, I don't hate it enough to not watch it. Like, I don't care.
Like, I get what you're trying to do.
I get what you're trying to do. If I was to make it, would probably stick with the original content because that's what you, as you said, was the certified hit. Like, that's the banger, you know, like, so call that whatever it is. The left will call that right. The right will call that left, whatever. Now, more importantly, in response to this, I don't think from all the conversations I've seen, she was very well trained PR wise.
Yeah, like from everything that I've seen, she made her views on politics and all that jazz online, and she's very outspoken about it. And any backlash she received, she was very outspoken about that too. So that didn't help. So it was like dumpster fire after dumpster fire. Because like, the problem with that is that like, it's always bad to like say your politics out loud because you're gonna like exclude a certain group. Everyone's gonna like hate you for that.
You will ostracize one side,
exactly,
and you will win the feelings of the other side. But realistically, you never win. There's never winning.
You're an actress, and your revenue is from this movie that you need as many people to watch, right? So like she made that, and then also, I'm not a big fan of Gal Gadot as an actress.
Oh, interesting. I like Gal Gadot as an actress.
Can't act, man.
Really?
That's my personal opinion.
Fuck. Holy shit.
I'm
hot
kind
topics
of
over
hater.
here.
Like, dude.
Hot topics.
I think she's very beautiful though. Like,
okay, sure.
She's stunning.
Sure.
But like, I don't know. Her acting chops aren't. I'm not an actor, so like maybe like.
Yeah.
I'm not one to judge.
But you personally, you just don't like.
I just don't.
Acting. You know what? That's fine.
I find her so bland and everything.
Some people just don't like certain actors and actresses, and that's fine. I know that we have a family member who just like does not watch anything with Tom Cruise in it.
Oh, that's true.
So it's like,
that's true.
All right, yeah, like I get it.
But the thing is, with Snow White, the evil witch that curses Snow White or something, makes her eat the apple or something.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah.
Like she's jealous of Snow White's beauty, but like Gal Gadot's like the most beautiful person in the world.
Okay, so it's bad casting all around. Sure,
like,
sure,
dude,
yeah.
She's so hot.
God damn it, dude.
My bad. Like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I get it. I feel like
I
the casting.
Be a pig.
Okay, chill. I feel like the casting around it is could be better in those ways, and I get it. I'm just like, I'm stuck on the fact that when this is your job, your career, like you should have PR training. And that being said, you don't say anything and you also get backlash because people want you to be outspoken.
That's true.
So you'll never win.
You'll never win. But the thing is, being quiet is like you have the least net loss. You
let things subside.
Yeah.
And honestly, most of the time, these actors, celebrities, artists, whatever it is, are at the end of the day humans, and they just probably don't want to get involved with drama half the time. So
yeah, and keep in mind, scandals, controversies, there's going to be a bigger, better one in the next like month now, given how like everything is with the like news climate. People move on so quickly, it's crazy.
They do. I think there's a level of response and a level of reacting to things that you should have, but I think it does go too far sometimes where if this is your career, at least not for your regular person, if this is your career, you're gonna get boycott. Like people will say, I don't want to go to this film because you're in it.
Yeah, Taylor Swift got boycotted.
Okay, but Taylor Swift is also it doesn't matter that she got boycotted.
I'm just saying, like, you know, everyone will be boycotted at one point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard thing to get into, and we try to stay away from that on this podcast, but sometimes Jeffrey feels the need to bring it up. But
hey, man, I'm just spitting it out.
He's just an Asian dude living in a white world.
Too much privilege around here, man. I'm kidding.
On the same topic, though, have you seen depending on how you think of it, historically bad casting for Snape in the Harry Potter HBO franchise?
Sorry, what?
So they're doing HBO. It is doing a Harry Potter.
Wait, like a TV series?
TV show, yes. And I think it's about...
This is the first time hearing of it. What?
Yeah, so I think it's about the timeline of the parents' generation when they were at Hogwarts.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. Why don't they make it like a movie about... Actually, I guess TV, would you get more money from that?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I guess maybe HBO got the rights to it and they decided, we'll make a TV show. Whatever their decision is. But Snape.
Okay.
They've cast him as... this handsome black fellow. They made him black. And that, honestly, I don't care. Again, it goes to the whole Snow White thing,
you know,
where like in the books, I'm pretty sure he's described as pale and sickly and like gross looking or whatever it is. Yeah. And that's obviously not this actor that they cast from, right? And nothing against this actor.
Bro, what? That makes no sense.
But the part that's really funny to me is now Harry's dad, James Potter, constantly bullying the one black person at Hogwarts has so much more context, dude, undertones now.
Harry's dad is a racist.
Dude, he's so racist now, right? Like that's the only answer.
Oh my god!
Because they're constantly like flipping him in the air with the wand.
Oh my god! They're picking
on the one minority, and like. All right, guys.
Yo,
like,
what the hell?
Like, I think that they could have gone a different route.
But why would you do that? Like that makes no sense because you know I forgot the actor's name. Axman, whatever.
Alan Rickman.
Oh, damn.
From the TV show, or from the movie. Yeah, like Alan Rickman.
Dude, he's like the goat.
He's
Snape,
the goat
right?
Snape. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like, why would you change his? Okay, you don't change his backstory, but like you made him a completely different person.
Yeah.
And like. You know, like it's weird.
But I think they did that in the movies too, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Crabbe and Goyle, who were Malfoy's kind of like minions in Slytherin, I think it was either Crabbe or Goyle. I forget which one, but the actor stopped playing that role and they replaced him with another actor to play the same role, and that actor was black, where the original Crabbe or original Goyle was white.
Yeah, but the problem is they're like sorry, I was gonna say minority. Yeah. They're minor characters.
They are minor characters, 100%.
I don't even remember them.
Very different than
I don't Snape. I don't care if like they get recasted. I care about Snape. I care about Harry Potter. I care about Hermione. I don't care too much about Ron.
Dude,
whatever.
Rupert Grint was the GOAT, dude. Fucking Ron was sick. I think that casting for whatever reason you want to cast for, that's fine, and that's your creative direction, and that's fine. But I do think that it does cause certain undertones. Like now, James Potter is just racist. Like, he's objectively racist. He's just bullying the one black kid at this fucking school, and like that's that's shit. Like again, we're Asian. We have friends that were bullied for being Asian. We were too, but like it's just. Why would you cast that in that direction? Yeah, I feel like there's so many other characters that you could have cast and not had any no issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not sure why.
I don't know about that, man. That's weird.
Yeah.
But do you think they just casted that in a way to spark people talking about it? Because we're talking about it now. People who view this are gonna know about it, right? It's all about the wave of information.
If we relate it back to the Snow White thing, is there any such thing as bad press? Like,
no, I've seen Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, any press is good press.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad news.
Sure, yeah. Any press is good press. So, I mean, maybe stirring up the controversy and the drama and whatever else is good for your show.
That's how it goes, man.
It's hard to say what, how much controversy until they say boycott.
It's all trash, man. Speaking of trash.
Okay, yeah.
Back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Because I just recently finished Love is Blind. Mm-hmm. And you know what I miss? Because it's all like, romantic and all that stuff.
Yep.
The trash TV back in the day. Like, the thing that like kind of started all, Jersey Shore. Dude. Yeah. That thing was amazing.
I never watched the spinoffs because I know there was like Jersey Shore this and Jersey Shore that and all I know was the original with Snooki, Pauly D, Mike the Situation, Ronnie, JWoww.
There's Vinny,
the
guy with apparently the big dick.
Yeah, the big dick. Okay, that's what you remember. Yeah.
No, but yeah. That's his thing. That's what they said.
There was another girl too.
There was the mean girl that nobody liked. I remember her. She had black hair. I don't know.
Didn't they all have black hair?
No, they had like highlights and everything.
I don't know.
There was Sammy.
Yes.
Who was Ronnie's girlfriend, on and off. That was a train wreck.
Yeah, the only girls I remember was Sammy, JWoww, and Snooki.
Yeah, and then one more.
One mean one that you were saying?
That nobody liked.
Okay.
No, it's true. It's true.
I didn't watch it that much. He watched it more than I did.
Yeah. I didn't watch it religiously, but I just
but you would watch it.
It's crazy that like we still remember their names. That's how like
influential
big it was.
Anybody, specifically girls that were our age, were obsessed with it.
Yeah, this was back in high school, man.
They all had their favorite, like Ronnie or Vinny or Mike or whatever. And to us, I remember just not giving a shit.
Yep.
They were like, oh, this and that with Jersey Shore, this guy. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? And why does it matter? It was beyond me why it was such a popular show.
Just because it wasn't aired. Like, there's belligerent drinking, partying, hooking up. That was never like aired on TV. So like that's why it was such a big hit. We took it for granted. That shit was amazing.
Yeah. Looking back at it, you're like, fuck.
Now we got like
peak TV.
Yeah. Now we got Love Island. All the shit that Netflix pumps out.
I think Jersey Shore was some of the original clickbaiting. Because the one time I saw it, the end of the episode was, I think it was either like Pauly D or Mike getting in a like verbal argument or a fight with Ronnie. And then they started shoving each other, and then it cut to like ambulance, and either Vinny or Pauly D were like in a like neck brace, like getting wheeled into the ambulance. And then you were like, holy shit, like they fucking scrapped it out. Like we got to watch that next episode. That clickbaited and worked for me. I watched the next episode. Vinny or whoever it was fucking just headbutt the wall. He was like, you want some of this? Headbutt the wall, and then knocked himself out, put himself in the neck brace, and then like with the ambulance. They didn't even get into a fight. Like,
damn.
The original
that works, man.
Fuck, dude.
Rage baiting works.
God. One thing that I know, at least in our sphere, the girls didn't get that we watched and we found hilarious, Jackass.
Jackass is great. It's good time. It's good time.
Jackass is the epitome of just like dicks out.
Yeah.
You're going to do stupid shit with the boys.
It's dumb guy humor.
And
I love it.
You know what? Like I get it. I can understand why people don't get it. But I think I watched it recently. Like Jackass 4.5, whatever it is, the new one. Fuck.
There's something about people in pain.
Mm-hmm. That's
funny.
That's a weird
But they
topic.
do it in a very funny way that makes it hilarious.
They do. It's a weird topic because if you think back to any of the playground games that we would have, like Red Ass or like the hacky sack, like pegging each other.
Yeah.
Not pegging in that way. Or like
this guy's weird, man.
Or like the game that we were talking about where we would toss it into each other's crotch. Like everything was involved was like, hey, how much damage can you inflict on your buddy, and how hilarious is that?
True.
I don't know why it was funny. It just was. It just became a thing that we had.
Just watching people suffering, man. That's just funny.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I guess we outgrew it. I don't know. It's still funny sometimes.
Getting back into that. Love is Blind.
Yep.
I finished season 8, and like the whole concept is so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And like the funny thing is, there was like 5 couples at the end.
Yeah.
And they go up to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
For them. Nope, I can't do this anymore. All tearful and all that jazz.
Okay.
Like, you know, like it showed them on the wedding day with their families and everything. Like I couldn't even watch it. Like I watched the first one. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna skip all this stuff. Go to the altar. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. Move on to the next couple. I can't do this. I'm so sorry. Like I love you, but I can't do this. And then last couple, they actually got together. I was like, wow, they actually got married. And it was like the last couple I expected to get married. But then that was whatever. Then the very next episode was a reunion. Mm-hmm. That shit was awful. Like but in terms of like tea, it was good. Okay. Because all the guys, like, they were pretty decent, like on the show, like what you saw, like
their personalities and stuff.
Okay. But turns out in the reunion, they're all garbage people. Like they were like, there's this guy that like, ooh, we're engaged now. Hits up another girl, like slides in her DM. I'm like, holy shit! I even like that guy from what I saw on the show. I was like, oh god, everyone here sucks.
I don't get it. I think a clip of the reunion episode or something, and it was them playing back a clip of like, I never said that, and then it goes back and he said that or whatever it was. I'm like, man, do you not realize you're being recorded like all the time?
I feel like the people who get onto these shows, they're not the smartest people in the world.
I mean, fair. Yeah, I guess so. I guess, nobody made reality TV stars smart.
And I don't think smart people would get onto these shows either.
I think some of them can
publicize their, bad...
their dirty laundry.
Yeah, bad tendencies.
I think you could be smart and be on there. I just think it's more likely that you're not.
Well, you could be smart and be on there, but you're not going to be the focus because unless you're just driven by drama.
In the first 2 Hot to Handle season, there was one girl who just didn't have any drama. She also didn't really click with any of the guys, but she was like unproblematic. I think she had like 2 minutes of screen time.
Yeah. Like no one cares.
So nobody cares. Yeah.
Nobody cares.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Man. I watched a clip because my buddy sent it to me of 90 Day Fiancé. And the one thing that stood out to me is that none of these couples spoke the same language half the time.
Oh, they're just there for the visa, right?
Like, yeah, like half of them are just like, oh, I'm an American dude and this woman is from Venezuela and doesn't speak in English. Okay, why are you 90 Day Fiancéing? What? Or it's like, oh yeah, like this woman's American and then like this guy is Brazilian, doesn't speak English. How do you 90 Day Fiancé with somebody that you can't communicate in the same language with?
Dude, love doesn't need...
Don't fuck it.
Love transcends language.
Yeah, don't say love is deaf now as well. Like, with the fucking language barrier.
Dude, I don't know about you, man.
If you know the person already, sure, it can work. Not I met you and we have to become married in 90 days.
Yeah.
That's an insane take.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, that's why the show exists, because you'll be like, this is ridiculous.
It's insane.
Continues to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, I need to know what happens. Actually, needing to know what happens, part of the reason that we decided to do it live today, Solo Leveling.
Yeah, we watched that earlier today.
I think the second last episode, either 24, 25, whatever it was, came out yesterday, and we watched it today because this scumbag only watches it on my Crunchyroll when we hang out.
Dude, I don't want to pay for Crunchyroll, man.
So,
and I don't want to stream it illegally because I'm not like that.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I want to watch it through legal avenues, so I use his Crunchyroll.
Yeah, so he just waits until it's recording day, and he's like, "Can we watch Solo Leveling?" It's like, okay, dude. So we watched Solo Leveling, and it was, again, if you haven't watched it and you haven't kept up, there will be spoilers.
Shit was freaking lit. Watch Solo Leveling.
There will be spoilers, but yes, you should watch the fuck out of Solo Leveling. Okay. Starting with last episode, Jinwoo could have showed up earlier.
Yep.
He had the full power to show up earlier.
Yep, that's true. He just sees the entire squad that's infiltrating the ant nest. Everyone just gets dogged.
Yeah,
everyone 100%. Just gets destroyed. He's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, all these memes were coming out of Jinwoo sitting on a roof, just being like, when will I gain the most aura when I teleport in?
Is now a good time?
Right now. And he's in this episode, he's so worried about Hunter Cha. And I just think in the back of my head, I'm like, you could have prevented that. Like, you could have been there. Like,
you could have done something about this way beforehand.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, regular means won't get her healed and like teleport her out of the dungeon. And oh my God, she's gonna, what do I do? You could have showed up 5 minutes earlier. That's all you could have done. You showed up when you showed up, and you fucking reap the benefits of that and the consequences.
Yep.
But I think the fight with the Ant King is probably my favorite or second favorite fight in the series.
They did so well with it.
Yeah. I think it's between that and the first epic fight with Igris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That are like my favorite. People loved the Kargalon fight, which is the orc shaman, like when he turns into the giant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty good too.
That was the highest rated episode.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite fight. I like the Ant King. And you finally saw the Demon King's daggers come out, and he was going to town, and he like leveled up his mutilate skill.
Yep,
insane.
Yeah, I like the part where it just shows more of like the action scenes, like him like flipping around, and doing the slices and everything. I don't care too much about like when they're moving so fast, they're just blue and red.
Oh, they're just the lights going through it. Yeah,
I'm like I get that.
Yeah,
but I've seen that so many times because Dragon Ball Z does that.
As I say, Dragon Ball does it all the time.
Dragon Ball does that all the time. I'm like, it's kind of lazy, but at the same time, it's nice to look at.
It's very nice. I think if it lingers too long, I agree with you. I'm like, I feel like you could have done more with it.
Yeah,
it's the same. I have the same moments. If there's too many close-up frames of protagonist or antagonist face, and then them just yelling while their hands are blurs and you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's to simulate them slashing. I'm like,
or it shows them like moving, but then it just shows the slashes.
Yeah. So when you mix it all together, I think it's fine. But if you do one too many times, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. But I think soul leveling in this fight, they did it really well. There were certain moments like that, but then like everything was so high paced and like the animation was so fluid. Like the fight was just like, mwah, like chef kiss.
I really liked, because for solo leveling, the animation is based on the manhwa, the Korean webtoon, web comic.
Web novel.
A web comic. And there's been a lot of controversy because the webcomic was so popular, which is why they made the anime. But now, obviously, just kind of like Harry Potter, anything that has a text-based audience first and foremost, they came out with a lot of criticisms around the animation, right? Things that have been changed from the manhwa and stuff like that. What I really liked about this fight that I didn't really get from a lot of the other fights is that there were frames in the animation that it lingered for a few frames, and I could envision it being the comic panel.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Like, especially when I think the Ant King's name is like Beru or something. Anyways, when the Ant King has like the blades going into Jinwoo's eye almost.
Yeah.
And then it like slows down just like that. I'm like, I could see that being a comic panel, right?
Yeah,
like,
and when he calls all his ants, his goons.
Yeah, it's the fucking goon squad.
Yeah, the goon squad. And then Jinwoo summons his goon
Yeah, he's just
squad.
like, go.
Yeah. It's like a giant war.
It looked like pretty a biblical painting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Watch it, man.
It's fucking good. Now, theories for the next week, because we were talking about this as well. At this point, Hunter Cha is rough. she's looking rough.
She can't get healed, man.
No potions are working. Nothing. Now, my personal take, and I think you agree with it, Jinwoo will, I guess manhwa people would know already, I guess, because they've already seen it. But my personal take
don't know,
is that Jinwoo will fucking arise the healer.
Yeah, there's a dead cleric nearby, man.
The dead cleric that fucking the Ant King ate his fucking dome
Yeah,
of.
he bodied him.
And then all of a sudden gained his voice to be able to speak.
Yeah.
I think that he either arises the cleric or arises the Ant King that has the cleric's powers because he ate the cleric.
Yeah.
Right? And then gets either the cleric or the Ant King to heal Hunter Cha.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like if you resurrect and have someone in your party that has cleric abilities, great. I don't need potions anymore. Heal me.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
It's also crazy because Iron, he's just a fucking A rank hunter. Like he was just a hunter that they
said. And now he's OP.
And now he's beating that down S ranks. Like,
yep.
Fuck, dude.
I don't know, man. It's just a power fantasy at the end of the day.
It's just aura farming.
But then, like, it's fun to watch that. It's fun to watch.
It was an interesting thing watching the other S rank hunters might as well be useless.
Yeah, they're literally NPCs now.
And
like, there's no point in them being in the story, unfortunately.
From my opinion, it was super cool to see because ever since they've been hunters, that's probably how they're viewed. Like E ranks, D ranks, C ranks, normal human beings, even B ranks.
Yeah.
They probably watch S rank hunters and be like, those are gods. Like they're fucking legends. But now these S rank hunters who have been the pedestal have to watch Jinwoo and be like, holy fuck, we are powerless.
Dude, we're irrelevant.
Yeah.
What do you do at that point?
What do you do? It's like, this guy is our savior. Yeah, can we help?
Hang up the cloak, man. You're done.
I don't know. It is super sick, and it's a fucking great anime. If you want to go and watch it, go, please.
Watch it through legal streams. We don't encourage pirated streams.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let you guys all use my Crunchyroll account. So get your own, all right? All right. So I think to round out the media day that we've had, we've only talked about TV shows and movies today. We will go back to our long lost section because Jeffrey didn't do it.
No.
Recommendation time.
The recommendations, the show recommendations.
Recommendation time. So
if you remember the very first one, Colin recommended me Kong Skull Island.
Yes. And then he didn't do it. And then in the next one, I recommended him Kong Skull Island and another Godzilla film. And then the next Godzilla film because he kept not doing it.
He didn't watch my movies.
I watched his movies. Scott Pilgrim. I watched Shrek. I watched Shutter Island.
There's no proof of you watching those movies.
Yeah.
It's just your word.
Okay, great.
What? Like
there is proof.
I could have said I watched all those movies.
Because we talked about those movies in prior episodes and I actually had things to say. So back to the main thing. I had things
to say. Just Kong, is a giant monkey. He's cool.
Back to the main thing.
He's on an island.
He finally watched Kong Skull Island. He finally did it. And to give him some leniency, we tried to stick to things that we have the streaming service for. The rest of the Godzilla films were not on Netflix, I think, which is the only streaming you have.
Yeah.
So Kong Skull Island. Yeah, Kong Skull Island was the main one. And he finally watched it. Congratulations, everybody. He got through it.
It was pretty good, not going to lie.
How was it?
I kind of enjoyed it.
Okay, talk to me. You
know what I love about these movies?
What?
There's always going to be like that one group that's like, Discovery, chill, they're learning more about the lore of everything.
Yeah, like the scientists.
And then there's going to be the freaking other group. In this case, it's always the American army.
It's always the American military.
Put through the ringer.
Yeah.
They're just like, this sucks, man. We're fighting monsters left and right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, they're the ones that, get like destroyed at the end.
They get dogged, yeah.
But I do like in Kong Skull Island that there was a lot more monsters. And like they talked about, ancient beings.
Mm-hmm.
So like, monsters were pretty cool, like a giant freaking crab spider. And
the skull eaters,
the
like
skull eaters.
Like that.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that part.
Nice.
And like, it kind of like, instead of this like, we're in this island. Oh, what's that? Oh my god, is this that? You kind of just jumped right into the action.
Yeah, it did.
You get into the island and everyone just gets freaking destroyed.
Did you like Dale's character, the actor that plays Dale on Step Brothers?
You know what? Character? Yeah, the comedic John C. Reilly.
Yeah, the captain.
That guy's hilarious. I actually thoroughly enjoyed him.
Yeah, he was funny. I like him in that one.
Sometimes, like, when you have like comedic roles and
serious films,
serious kind of moments, you're like, ooh, what? Like, that's kind of weird.
It's an out of place feeling.
Yeah, but this guy was hilarious. I loved him.
I liked him, and it's interesting because we were just talking about the American military always being like the fucking people in these monster films, right?
Yeah.
This one was interesting because I actually read Samuel L. Jackson's character as painting the American military in a bad light. In the beginning, he and his squad, his platoon, whatever it was, were being pulled out of the war. I forget which war it was. Was it Nam?
I think it's the Vietnamese War, yeah.
So they were being pulled out of Nam. And you can hear his character talking about, we've been here for so long and they're pulling us out now. Like, we haven't even won the war. Like, we should basically finish these guys off.
Yeah.
And that was his whole context. And that's why he was pissed that he was getting pulled out. And that's why when they approached him for one more job, he was like, fuck yeah, like, we're doing one more job.
He's like, I don't got a life back home. What's the point of this? Freaking let's go hunt this
this monster, this fucking uncharted territory.
That's why he was so like hell bent
on
killing Kong. I'm like, dude, this guy did nothing.
And I really like that because most of the time you like paint the American military as like these heroes that are going in and basically colonizing or like killing the enemy.
Yeah.
But this time it was like, no, the American military like fucked Samuel L. Jackson up. He had nothing to go back to, and the only thing he was living for was war.
That's true.
Which, like, all right, you know what? Fair. And then fucking, I was gonna say Tom Holland. It's not Tom Holland.
It's
Tom Hiddleston.
Loki.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. I liked his character too. Yeah. And Brie Larson.
I felt like she wasn't really necessary for the movie.
Sure.
Star power. You know who wasn't necessary? That random Japanese scientist girl.
Oh, okay, yeah. The partner of the black scientist guy.
She had so much focus, but then she did nothing in the film. They just needed a diversity cast.
Sure.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's literally it. She didn't do anything.
But did they need a diversity cast? Because I guess they killed off the one Japanese guy.
They killed off the one Japanese guy in the beginning.
Yeah,
they off-screened him.
I mean... Hey, John C. Reilly, is that his name? Yeah. John C. Reilly said that they were buddies. They were good. They were good buddies. So,
yep.
You know what? Like, he died with honor.
Yeah, so. I do like what they did in the ending credits, where they're like, there's more than one king, or like there were other kings, and it freaking referenced Godzilla.
Yeah, they like those after credits. They're like Marvel films.
Yeah, I'm so glad that they tied it in, and also the skull crawlers too.
Yep,
they're kind of Godzilla like beings too.
And now, if you have other streaming services, because I know you do, if you can find them, the next Godzilla film will be your recommendation. If you don't have them and you can't find it, the fallback will be the recent Japanese-made Godzilla film called Godzilla -1. It is on Netflix, guaranteed.
So wait, what's the order? Kong Skull Island was the very first one of this new era.
Of the new era of monster universe, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it's just Godzilla. That is the one with who plays Scarlet Witch? Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh, the Olsen twins?
No, Elizabeth Olsen.
She's the sister, but then she turned out to be the best one out of that family, basically.
Sure. I don't know what value you're putting best on.
Success.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Elizabeth Olsen and Quicksilver. Kick-Ass.
Oh, that guy.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, that guy had a huge glow up.
Yeah, dude, he got fucking shredded. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Kick-Ass 1. And he was like this tiny little boy, and then
steroids,
Kick-Ass 2,
man. Steroids.
Yeah, I loved him in Bullet Train too.
Yeah.
Anyways, that one's Godzilla, and then the next one is Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then it's Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. How many?
I think there's 4 or 5, and there's a TV show.
When did this first start? Like, I feel like I'm out of the loop now.
Yeah, like 7-8 years ago.
Damn, I gotta start watching these guys.
Yeah. But yeah, so the next one is Godzilla. If you can't find it on any streaming services you can watch Godzilla -1. Phenomenal Godzilla, not part of the monster universe or anything, just a standalone Godzilla film. Mm-hmm. And they won for visual effects with a budget of like whatever, $50 million. When the next film in the category, their budget was like $300 million.
Damn.
So like they killed it. It was a phenomenal
really goes to
movie.
show like the more money you have in the budget
doesn't mean shit.
More pockets for the producer's money.
Yeah, okay, yeah, for sure.
The money laundering. It's true, man. It's true.
All right. What about me? What do you got? What recommendation you got for me?
I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head.
Hopefully one I haven't seen, because I've seen a lot of the ones you've recommended.
God damn it. It's kind of hard.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything, you can tell me on the side, and then I can
Yeah.
relay it on the next recommendation.
I can't think of anything right now.
All right. We'll get back to you on that one. But
You
until
can watch
then,
Love is Blind.
Fine.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
It's completely trash.
All right.
There's no point. It was a waste of life.
We'll get back to you on what that recommendation will be. But until then, hopefully you enjoyed the more relevant, I guess, current
Hell yeah, dude.
event situation that we have going for this episode. And we'll catch you on the next one. That was us here at Bros Park. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like it, drop a comment, subscribe, let us know what we should talk about.
Hit the bell notification.
Yeah, do that. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.